Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I saw that.
We're going to be here. Restaurants, coffee house, the whole thing. Then you can be this guy in this picture.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, 40 years ago.
Yeah, right. So we're going to be moving March 25th. It's the new transit center of Monrovia, which is a beautiful gold line in Los Angeles. And you'll be able to get off the train, walk half a block, have a glass of wine, maybe a high-end burger.
Or even a low-end burger.
Or a low-end burger. So 40 years ago, Ed, 40 years ago, you were talking about our
we featured
Pinot Chardonnay.
Pinot Chardonnay from Wente.
Oh, Wente.
Wente Brothers.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Are they still around?
Oh, yeah. No, they're still making wine.
On the shelf.
And you know something? They're bringing back Le Blanc de Blanc.
Yeah. Boy, that was like the #1 seller.
Oh, back in the 70s, it was Weibel Green Hungarian and Wente Le Blanc de Blanc.
What happened to Green Hungarian? We don't see that grape at all around here anymore.
Well, it's not really a grape.
Isn't it? I thought it was.
They refer to this one grape as Green Hungarian. I don't remember what it is now, but it
was a brand.
I know that Le Blanc de Blanc was basically Chenin.
Yes.
Right. Anyway.
Well, that was a
Big Red Wine Beast is a big red wine.
This is Paso.
From your buddy who you're now talking to after 10 or 12 years or something like that.
Walter, yeah.
Walter.
It's so funny, and now it's like we did literally it was 10 years. The winery representative, the son-in-law, wouldn't talk to me. It goes back. It's just his hot Italian temper, but he sent these samples the other day, and Ed and I both tasted them. We actually loved the blends that we created. So this is the Big Red Wine Beast, which is all out of Paso. It's got Merlot, Tannat, Petit Syrah, some other things in it. Maybe some Franc.
I was really surprised, and I think I said this last month because we featured one with the Tannat, which is a terrible grape in France. It's like Malbec in France. I mean, most of the Malbecs in France are absolutely undrinkable. I mean, they're hideous. Some of them are okay, but you go to Argentina and they're out of this world. Well, Tannat, for some reason, they grow it in the lesser areas in the Provence and places like that, and the Midi, which is their breadbasket. And it makes just tannic wine. It has no taste. But this stuff was really good. I mean, it made the blend, I
love this blend.
This blend's really, really good.
And it is sort of a Big Red Wine Beast. And it's an 11, which you wouldn't have guessed, I don't think, based on its structure, that it's an 11. And the color.
That's not that old a wine. But it's got a really unique nose. I mean, you smell it and you go, well, what's in that? What is it? Mm-hmm. I mean, when you tell me what it is, like it's got a lot of Merlot in it, I can say, oh, okay, I can get that.
Yeah,
but who's going to guess
it's got way more aggressive than just Merlot, right? Maybe that's the top. Maybe it's the Malbec. And there's probably a little Cabernet Franc in this.
I think it's the Tannat too, because the Tannat gave it some backbone, but it also had good fruit. Remember?
It does.
We taste. No, I'm talking about just the Tannat, just one of the legs.
Yeah, right.
We were shocked. I'm going, oh, I don't even want to taste it. You taste it. I don't want to taste it. And it was delicious. It was really good. So anyhow, $22.99 on the shelf, $12.98 on the reorder price. That's another $95. I mean, what's to argue about?
Easily.
The nice thing about this wine is it's not Cabernet.
Right, that's what we're doing.
It's just not Cabernet.
Non-Cabernet.
It's not Merlot. Series. It's not Pinot Noir. It's kind of on its own little plane, and it's something different. I mean, you could have this with chicken. You could have it with beef. You could have it with pork.
It tastes like chicken.
Well, so does alligator.
The nose has changed. Oh man, this cough is coming.
Allergies. Welcome to Southern California. Now take somebody with you and get out of here. Thank you.
There you go. You're going down.
Oh, I thought that was taking my picture.
Hey, watch that.
How could his parents like him more?
Okay, this is very funny. Okay, for $11.99 on the shelf, $19.99 on the shelf, $11.99 from us. Okay, somebody brought me this wine yesterday. Okay.
What do you mean?
They brought me this wine to taste yesterday. They didn't know we had bought it already.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they wanted almost $10 a bottle for it, wholesale. And here we are selling for $11.99.
Well, that's about right.
Because it's all about the connections, man. Ah, this is great. Mm-hmm. Love that nose.
Really great Sauvignon Blanc. I mean,
and Monterey too, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, because Monterey is kind of a cool climate grape, but it's funny because I just read an article that said Sauvignon Blanc likes cooler climates because it's always been thought of as a warmer climate grape. But it's a very unique grape because I've tasted Sauvignon Blanc grown in cool climates, and warm climates, and hot climates. And depending on who's making it, they can make really great wine or really not great wine. But this is
You know what? You keep wanting to taste this because there's so much going on. It's got a wonderful fat
It
middle.
really does, and it's really un-Sauvignon Blanc-ish, if you want.
It is, totally.
It doesn't have the herbal. It doesn't have the grassiness. It doesn't have grapefruit.
And for Monterey, it doesn't have that crisp acidity. It's actually a fairly voluminous wine. This is really good. I'm like tasting this. I want to taste this again.
It does have a little bit of that white peach, white nectarine that you get from Sauvignon Blancs, but usually from riper climates. So, but Monterey's a big area, and there are some microclimates that are warmer. And let's face it, if you train the vines so that they get more exposure to the sun, they're going to ripen. You're going to get more ripeness. It's delicious wine. Yeah, I gotta believe that. It's a 96 too. It's a delicious wine.
I gotta believe that. I gotta believe that. I really gotta believe that.
I don't have to believe it.
If you're not lying to me, Paul, this is my favorite. I was trying to teach some people the other day. A sales rep was in here. She's from Chile. She's a wonderful lady. I love her. But she goes, I asked her a question. She goes, well, to be honest with you, I go, I would prefer you lie to me.
You lie to me, yes. I know.
Because, honesty really doesn't go very far. And I don't think, so tell me the lie first. And if I don't like it, I'll ask you for the honesty. And she started laughing. You got to get away from these American colloquialisms. Now, I was having trouble spelling this brand.
H. Okay.
We've done M.
Yes, we've done M by Martello.
And we did that Australian AA years ago, which stands for what?
Alcoholics Anonymous.
I think iron.
I don't think that was a good idea for a wine brand. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Check this nose out for Malbec.
Yeah, this is really good.
This is phenomenal.
But again, we've done wines from these guys before. I mean, in the Classic Series, we did the Don Clemente, which is the same house. Their Cabernet Sauvignon. This is an Argentine Malbec, and they got it nailed.
But the nose is a departure from so many Malbecs. There's so much fruit in it. It's got a crisp backbone.
Wow.
That's blackberry. If you've ever tasted
it really is. It's blackberry, and it has almost a Zinfandel quality to it, like strawberry, but then it just sort of goes into its own thing. It's really, really, really good. Anyway,
it's fun.
Yeah.
And I think I remember choosing this one because it's an 11, but it is a departure from the spicy forward Malbecs that you can get from the thing. This is much more
this is a different wine, but it's good. I mean, $19.99 on the shelf, $12.99 a reorder price, and it really has some sock to it, really and not cool. Gym socks.
How about Jim Gott?
Yeah. Anyway.
95 for me.
Yeah, I'm doing a 96. I like it. Very, very nice one. What else you got? You got anything else?
I think I do. I think I've something we haven't done in a long time.
Boy, I was really interested in tasting this wine. Most of the time, I can figure out what these wines taste like without tasting them. But every now and then, you get a blend, you go, what is that?
But this is bizarre, right? Because it's from the Dow and it's Malvasia, right?
Well, it's barely Malvasia. I mean, it's like 50% Malvasia.
40% Malvasia.
And 40%. The rest of them are grapes I couldn't even pronounce.
Well, because that's what they do in the world, but the Dow.
And then the Dow. And but one of them is called Cercial with a C. Now, Cercial is one of my favorite grapes that's grown on the island of Madeira, which makes phenomenal wines. And when they bottle it exclusively, it's called Cercial with an S. And I'm going, is that akin to the same grape? Well, it is.
This is fun.
And
this is what's fun about the wine business.
One of the few things, yes.
It's not Sauvignon Blanc. It's not Chardonnay.
No, it's not any of those things.
It's from a different part of the world. It's from different grapes that you're used to tasting. Its possibilities are infinite when you taste grapes that are not part of. Here's something very interesting. I had a new winery from Armenia come and visit me the other day. Her video will be up soon. And she lives in Argentina, but her dad owns 3 or 4 wineries. And they're the first Armenian winery to not grow Armenian grapes.
Oh.
Because Armenian grapes don't make world-class wine.
No.
So they're growing French varietals, Syrah and those things. And I asked her, I go, why? I sort of challenged her. I said, so why did you choose French grapes? She goes, why? Do you think the Armenian grapes are any good? So here's a chance to taste something that you would never walk in the store and buy, never see it at an end cap in a market. This is just a usual wine, and I love the nose. It's got
$22.99 on the shelf, $11.99 a reorder price, and I would give it a 95 just on its uniqueness. You know, it just has some different components that you just don't get out of most.
Now I'm
grapes.
getting that aged Italian white wine nose.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
love
But
it.
you know what I don't get is I don't get that effusive Malvasia, that Gewürztraminer sort of component that you get in Malvasia a lot, or which is a derivative of the Muscat grape, which is the oldest grape known to man.
I mean, I can see this with some fish and some shellfish.
Absolutely, yeah. I think seafood, like
Really
like,
fun.
like halibut or swordfish, something like that, that's got some muscle to it, So I'm a 95 on that.
I'm 95 too. This is great.
This is great, Paul.
Quinta de Cuero. This is a great guy.
This is really,
But you're a great
this is
guy.
really great, Paul. I mean, I'm
Great guy. Hey.
And what's really great is the selection. Don't stop. The Vintners selection for March 2016.
Owie.
Just moving right along. Before you know it, it'll be December. We'll be talking about 2017 and 2018.